From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
Hello and welcome to Ticats Today on the Ticats Audio Network. I'm Brayden Neville, and I just got back from Ron Joyce Stadium where the Hamilton Ticats returned for training camp after that beautiful victory 27-22 over the Toronto Argonauts on Saturday. And it was a great day today at training camp. The weather was perfect. The first time all training camp long I actually got to wear shorts, so I definitely enjoyed that because the mornings the last week have just been a little chilly, so it's nice to see that weather is turning. It's supposed to be some perfect weather for the rest of training camp, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, the Toronto Argonauts and the Hamilton Ticats, well, they had that game on Saturday, and the Hamilton Ticats took the victory 27-22, and there was a lot to talk about in that first preseason games. We had that Lawrence Woods interception. Bailey Feltmate got a touchdown, something we haven't heard ever in his time as a Hamilton Ticat. And Lio'undre Gallimore, a huge punt return, an 84-yarder. And we'll hear from him in just a bit, but quite the pro debut. Definitely a great way to kick off your CFL career. Even though it's preseason, he still showed out, and that's something we always want to see. Now, we also got that first look at Bo. He got those first few drives out there. He had that touchdown with Sindani. We'll hear from both of them in just a bit, but first, Coach O. He met up with the Ticats Audio Network and the rest of media following Saturday's win against the Argos. Some big plays from the offense, defense, and the special teams. Were you happy with what you saw out there tonight?
Well, winning's always the goal, so we're not going to gripe about winning. You know, I thought in the first half things went pretty much our way. We had something to do with that, but we didn't face a lot of adversity in the first half, and so I talked to them about that at halftime, and then we came out and we faced them right away. You know, we kind of lost the field position there, and they came down and scored and converted a 2-point convert, and so you always want to see as a coach how we're going to respond to that type of adversity. But overall, like I told them in there, you know, the execution isn't where it needs to be. But I'll tell you what, the effort was extremely high.
Gallimore had that punt return touchdown. Just tell me a little bit about what you've seen from him so far in camp and what you saw from him tonight.
Well, he's a confident guy that works. You know, he just works. And for whatever he lacks in size or anything else, his heart is huge. And he's bought into what we're doing. It takes time. It's hard. You can't just put somebody fast back there and say, go return, you're going to be good. You got to have a feel out there. And I think he's done a great job studying. You know, we've, watched a lot of tape, and he's kind of watched Lawrence Woods do it for a little bit. So I'd be lying if I said I was surprised that he was able to, but I think the blocking was outstanding there, and we kind of got the kick we needed also.
Does winning that first preseason game, I know it's preseason, but does it kind of set the precedent for having that winning mentality maybe going forward?
I don't know. Every year is different. I know every time you take the field, you're trying to win. You don't know what situation is going to be put in front of you. Just proud of the effort today. And, when you can come out on top in the preseason, it's easy to say it doesn't matter, but I think anytime you keep score, it matters.
Milty and I have been here long enough to know that some of the common denominators on special teams is Jeff Reinbold. How good is it to have him back, and what kind of what is it about his approach that every time not every time, but you slot enough returners back there and they find a hole, and it kind of compounds the talent that they have with the scheme that Reinbold puts out?
Well, Jeff's, to me, he's been for a long time one of the best at his craft. He knows exactly what we want. I've known Jeff really well since 2013 when we took over, and he became the linebacker coach in 2014, and we really developed a bond. So I kind of learned, behind the X's and O's what he was about. And he's just an outstanding person, a great ball coach. He's able to motivate players and get them to buy into what we're doing. And, the results kind of speak for themselves.
How did you like what you saw out of Powell? And not implying what you saw might bring about a competition for backup, but would that be up for debate if, depending on the way you see your quarterbacks play?
Yeah, at this point, I can't even say what that looks like. Extremely proud of him. He came in late to camp. Seeing that 13th player or the 12th player Seems like 2 sometimes for some of the quarterbacks. But seeing that extra player is difficult at times. And I thought Tommy did a great job of giving him a package that he could handle. I know there's a couple of throws he'd like to have back, but at the end of the day, we ran the ball late. I think we had a little lull in there in the third quarter where we were putting a lot on him, and then we were able to run it late, and it took a little pressure off of him. So we just want to, do a huge evaluation on everybody.
Seen Bo Levi Mitchell wearing red and black torment the Ticats in the past. What was it like to finally see him in black and gold, especially with that first touchdown drive?
I mean, to be honest with you, it looked just like practice. To be honest with you, that's, it was interesting to see him in his game uniform, but the way he was out there and just his calmness, his confidence, the way he went about things looked just like practice. So, it's interesting to see him in the uniform, but the way he performed looked just like practice.
I just wondered why only 2 series of downs for Bo Levi.
That was the plan.
Okay.
That just all I want to get him out there, get him out there with the number one O line, or what we project to be the number 1 O line. Obviously, there's plenty of competition to be had there, but that was enough. We're not really evaling Bo.
Will he play more in the last game against Montreal? Or?
Haven't decided that yet. Yeah.
And the linebacker who came in, and I forget his name now, who got the touchdown. What was behind that play?
Which linebacker?
Bailey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's listed as linebacker.
Okay. That's I was like, man, did I miss a play? So we were dinged up at fullback, and Bailey's he's just a very, very smart football player, and an ultimate teammate, right? When he had the opportunity, we know Bailey knows our defense. We know where he'll slot when he goes in at Mike. He's done an outstanding job, but he's a competitor, and if there's a chance to get on the field with a competitor, I haven't been around very many that balk at it. And when approached him, and this was 3 days ago to his credit, and he's already absorbed the protections and the playbook to the most he can. It was everybody, as you could tell, they were extremely fired up. So Bailey will continue to take reps there.
Besides special teams, Gallimore got in and made some catches. That's got to help him as well, right? I mean, you need to see them do other things, right?
Yeah, Steve, you've been around here. Versatility is the name of the game. Right. You have to be able to play, more than one position, be able to do more things. And, I think he's just kind of that guy, right? But players sometimes are only as good as the opportunity that they're afforded. Mm-hmm. And so when he got opportunity, he made the most.
Speaking of opportunities, McGriff drops that one at the start. I mean, touchdown probably. Mm-hmm. And then comes back and makes a couple of great catches in severe traffic.
Yeah.
You need to see that, right? That over the middle for a guy like that?
Yeah, you do. I mean, I don't believe anybody likes to get hit when they don't know they're going to get hit. And I wanted to see his response. Right. I wanted to see, how much it was going to affect him. I also wanted to see how his teammates responded. And the response by the team was second to none. And, at the end of the day, he just had to get out of his own head, forgive himself, give himself some grace, and move on to the next play, and I thought he did that.
He took a couple of really hard hits there across the middle. So
he did, but he's going to get up. As you get to know him a little bit better, he's pretty tough.
That was Coach O following the game on Saturday, and we will hear from him in just a little bit. But another guy who looked solid in his first 2 drives as a Tiger Cat, well, that's Bo Levi Mitchell, the long-awaited debut. Even though it's preseason, the long-awaited debut of Bo Levi Mitchell, it finally happened. He went 3 for 6 with the touchdown to his longtime teammate and friend, Richie Sindani, for the Ticats' first touchdown of the preseason. And, well, Bo, he expressed how he was feeling when he walked out of the tunnel for the first time as a Hamilton Tiger Cat.
We had this whole hallway right here just kind of yellowed out, or golded out. I got you. And it was awesome, man. Just kind of walking through the fans, clapping them up, and just kind of hearing, everybody's excitement for the game. I think you already know everybody's going to be excited, but kind of seeing, some young faces, old faces, everything, just being ready for the start of the game is exciting, and especially for a preseason game, to have this kind of turnout, it just shows exactly what Hamilton is and what this team means to the city.
And maybe kind of walk through that first touchdown with me with Sindani, what it was like just getting that first one out of the way.
Yeah, just cover 6, easy. Just move the mic and will, and we've got an over route coming. The ability to throw the over route to the post. I can hit Tim right now, but what I saw was the ability to hit a touchdown, and it was good to get one to Rich too. Obviously both of us coming from Calgary, I think it was kind of fun for us to kind of just dap each other up and look each other in the eyes after that moment. So it was fun.
You spent a lot of time off season with Tommy going through things. What was it like to talk to him in between series in a game situation?
Man, it was amazing. He's calm. He gives a lot of freedom to us, and I think it's fun. It's the entire time that Taylor's playing. I got the headset on. I'm buzzing up to him. Hey, I think Taylor likes this. Or, hey, this is what I'm seeing. He talks back to me about it. It's very. The room is very open, and we have the ability to kind of bounce ideas off each other. But Tommy's calm. He's confident. He's confident in me. Confident in what we do as an offense. And he allows the players to play, and it's been fun to do.
You've been around long enough and seen enough. What kind of criteria, what things do you need to hit before the regular season to say, okay, I'm in a good spot with the playbook and the guys around me are in a good spot?
Honestly, I don't think I'll be there until we're at week 6, 7. It's a playbook that obviously I know right now, but there's intricacies and things that we're going to continue to build and move upon. Tommy's done a good job of less is more, and he's done a hell of a job of implementing things slowly, allowing guys to feel confident in everything we're doing. But at the moment it's pretty basic. We're making sure guys are smart, guys feel good about what they're doing, knowing where their hots are, knowing their adjustments against every coverage we can possibly see. And that's big. To me, that's building staples and building plays where guys feel very confident in what they're doing. Now we'll start, keep building on it, keep ramping up. And everything's always going to be different game plan-wise for a different team, right? You're not going to run the same plays against the same team and just hope that it's open. So we'll make adjustments. We'll move guys around more. But I'd like to see consistency in the run game, moving guys, which I saw tonight. O-line moved some guys. I gave Flo some crap because James Butler carried him for like 10 yards on that play. I think everybody got a catch. Everybody got to move the ball down the field. I think mistakes are good in preseason. Get them out of the way, learn from them. So it's something as a full team, special teams. We have some good plays. Big return for a touchdown, which is huge. You win a game like 90% of the time, I think. Pick from Casatonis, pick from who was the other pick from? Oh, Lawrence Woods. Yeah, I gave Lawrence crap, by the way, because he's a returner. I was like, why don't you go score? And I think offensively we have good plays, we have bad plays. So it's nice to learn from. Now we have something to work on tomorrow, and then go attack that this week into our next game.
Justin, in his very first pro pass, runs a great route and doesn't catch the ball. And Otok, he liked the reaction of his teammates to it. What was that reaction? We couldn't really see it from here.
Talking about McGriff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, we just tapped him on the head because, he's been going wild in training camp.
Right.
So, that's the thing. You saw him bounce back right away.
I was just going to ask for your reaction to that. Now he catches at least 2, coming across the middle later,
Yeah, he has some good ones.
Getting hit hard.
Yeah, I think we all. We knew the play call yesterday. Right. So Tommy gave us the confidence to know what we were doing and just to go out and have fun and be loose. So it's one of those things too where I think being a young guy coming in, you might be thinking about that play all night. Mm-hmm. So McGriff gets to get it out of the way, get it out of his head. Get it, and that's what we told him. Hey man, we're having fun. Who cares? Next play. We still drove down. We still had big plays after that. That's okay. So it's good to have those plays, get over them, but I'd like to see how he handled the adversity because O always tells us the only thing you're guaranteed in this game is adversity. So to see him bounce back, was awesome. Our reaction was just, hey man, we already know you're going to make the next one. I'm going to come right back to you.
That was Bo Levi Mitchell, and he got the crowd fired up with a nice little drive in the first quarter, capped off with that first touchdown of the preseason.
Looks to his left, now to his right, goes over the middle and drops it perfectly right in the arms for a touchdown to Richie Sindani. They have chemistry from their time in Calgary, but it's a touchdown for the Tiger Cats, and Bo Levi Mitchell had a couple of precision throws on that drive that led to a touchdown, including that pass to Richie Sindani.
That was RJ Broadhead on the call as Bo Levi Mitchell connected with longtime teammate Richie Sindani in the first quarter for that first touchdown of the preseason. I caught up with Richie today to discuss his exciting Ticats preseason debut. So Richie, you got that first taste of playing for the Ticats on Saturday. How did it feel to go out that tunnel as a Hamilton Tiger Cat?
Felt really good, man. The fans were so receptive. I was just really I was pleased to be a part of this organization to begin with. And then when I ran out of the tunnel, I was like, man, this is the real deal. I really love it here. So far, I've been learning a lot. I'm with Bo, kind of the same familiar face, so it feels really good to be here.
Is it nice having Bo here, just to help you get adjusted to things with a familiar face?
Yeah, Bo speaks good language with me as far as terms that we had in Calgary. He knows how to, communicate with me out here as well as the coaches and whatnot. So it feels like it's a familiar setting kind of in a way. And, Schultz and Taylor, they've been a part of that too, so it's been really nice.
And you guys connected for that first touchdown of the game. How did that feel to connect with Bo and get that first one out of the way in the preseason?
It felt good. It was one heck of a pass by Bo, I'm not going to lie. It fit right over the top of the Will linebacker or the linebacker outside to the boundary. So it was really cool to run in there and get that first touchdown for him. Put the team in front. That was good.
Some good Canadian depth at receiver, right? Well, you kind of used to that.
Yeah, very used to that. Yeah, Calgary has exactly that. Here we have Lio'undre. I'm really impressed by how intelligent that man is. Yeah. O.C. Kusi's another great receiver that I've gotten to know. Really strong player, really good on special teams. And then we also have Tarnowski as well. And Tarnowski's nursing an injury right now, but when he comes back, I'm ready to see him put together a nice season as well. He moves really well. He got hurt earlier in camp, but I'm just praying that he gets healthy right away.
It will definitely be interesting to see where Richie fits into that roster, and he's definitely going to be a valued addition to that Ticats receiving corps. Now, the play of the game from Saturday, it didn't come from a vet. It came from a rookie when American rookie receiver and kick returner Lio'undre Gallimore, he got the fans out of their seat for an 84-yard Ticats punt return for the touchdown.
So the Argos have not been able to threaten too much offensively. It's 10-0 Tiger Cats. Good kick. That'll send Gallimore back to his own 25, but he finds a hole up the middle. He's at the 50. He's into Argos territory, and Lio'undre Gallimore, the 30, the 25, the 20. Gallimore, touchdown, Tiger Cats on the punt return. The special teams getting a chance. Lio'undre Gallimore, number 81, and he's shown he can be a threat on a punt return.
What a way to make a debut for the former Valdosta State standout, and he caught up with the Ticats Audio Network and media following his exciting pro debut.
Even before today, about that play, Coach said you got to see it before you see it. I went to sleep, I seen it. I woke up this morning in the shower, I seen it. I just kept seeing it. So right before I went out, Tim White said, man, this is you. I talked to Woods, and he kept, patting me on the back. He said, you're going to have you one, bro. You're going to have you one. So I just take the encouragement from my teammates, all the coaching points, everything I learned from camp, and just implement it on the field.
What's it like working with Jeff Reinbold as a special teams coordinator?
Man, I love it. Every coach, every staff member, anybody that I don't even get to see, they brought me into the program, so it's just it's a culture for me. It's nothing I won't do for this team, and I only been here for about 2 weeks.
And what have you noticed just about? There's a lot of new guys here, but you have a Simone Lawrence, a Ted Leron. Obviously, Bo wasn't here before, but he has a reputation in this league as someone coming into this environment. Does it make it easier to buy into a culture?
Nah, that doesn't really make it easier to buy in. First, it starts with yourself. I think first it starts with the coaches. Every day Coach O get up there, he give us a great speech. He has something to back it up. Jeff get up there and give us real life examples, stuff that I can relate to, and it's just not, just stuff to just throw football players. Everything we do, it has a meaning, and it correlates on the field, off the field, complimentary football. I can't ask for nothing better than that.
That was Lio'undre Gallimore. Just an infectious personality, and he even said he felt something big was going to happen. Well, he certainly was right as he made that incredible return and definitely made himself known to Ticats fans. As I mentioned before, I spoke to Coach O again today, and I wanted to see if there was anything he noticed about the game that he might not have seen, because, the game is moving so fast, so I wanted to see if there's anything he noticed when he watched the tape of Saturday's game.
Just thought that the effort was extremely high. We saw a lot of people trying to do the right things. Execution's always paramount. But we thought, outside of people not exactly understanding what it likes to be in a CFL game, and the only way to get that experience is to actually be in a game. So pleased, definitely not satisfied.
Richie and Bo connected for that first touchdown of the preseason. What have you seen from Richie so far in this camp and maybe in that game that you've liked?
Consistency. He hasn't missed a day. He's been one of the Iron Men that hasn't missed a day of practice. He's been a welcomed addition, and you hear things, but then you get a chance to see for yourself and get your own evaluation on him. So, obviously there was a relationship there before, so that was fun. But at the end of the day, the Ticats scored.
Thanks. Just to build off of Brayden with Sindani, it looked like a couple of times he was out there and helping some young guys out.
Who's that?
Richie Sindani.
Yeah. He was helping.
Yeah, it looked like
okay.
he was directing with his hands. For a guy that's new to the team, it kind of shows his knowledge of the.
Yeah, I think that just shows how quickly he is picking things up, and he's again, it just speaks to him, right? These guys are all out there in competition. They're all trying to feed their families, be the best version that they can do. They didn't spend the whole offseason training to go home, but yet you see the testament of the character of player when they're willing to help one another, and we highlight those things.
Big thank you to Coach O and the rest of the guys for being on the show today. The Ticats, well, they are back in action this Friday as they take on the Montreal Alouettes. That's at 7:30 in Montreal. Don't worry, if you can't make the long trip to Montreal, you can watch it all on CFL Preseason Live. Just go on the CFL website, create an account. It's that easy, and guess what? It's also free of charge. So this week is going to be a busy one as the Ticats look to finalize that 2023 roster, and what a fun time it's going to be to watch. That's all the time for me today. Make sure to tune in next time on Ticats Today. I'm Brayden Neville, and thank you for listening.